Kamala Mills fire. People should not go to establishments with no fire compliance, says Mumbai Chief Fire Officer speaking to India Today. Mumbai's Chief Fire Officer Prabhat Ratangdale said that people should avoid going to establishments that do not have proper fire compliance. In an exclusive interview, Ratangdale said that with Mumbai being a huge city, it is difficult for the fire department to keep a check on each and every establishment. Here's the full interview. After the Kamala Mills fire, the drive has been started to look for fire compliance. Why was such an exercise initiated only after a tragedy took place? Hey, all over the focus is on preventing. It is not like we were waiting for the Kamala Mills fire incident to happen. Even after the fire accidents of Kolkata, Chennai, at the KFC, etc., there have been big drives for a limited period, but around the year we work. In the last 3 years we have inspected 4,500 buildings. In all these 4,500 buildings, only 10 had not complied with the fire norms. We prosecuted them. Even then, people ask why, when there are so many buildings, only so few buildings are being prosecuted, but that is because there is compliance. We have also done many awareness drives, which are the need of the hour. The loss of lives is due to lack of awareness. Everyone knows that in case of fire, lifts should not be used. Yet in the Mount Blanc building accident, a woman living on the ground floor used the lift to go up, and she, along with the lift man, died in it due to suffocation. Everyone else was saved. Similar instance happened in the case of Lakeview building fire. People can wet their clothes and choke the doors so that smoke does not enter. You can wash your face. With anxiety, you breathe in more, and that leads to faster poisoning. So awareness has to be created. The restaurants where the Kamala Mills fire took place had a huge list of illegalities, which the fire report itself has noted. How come fire department was not aware about them? Hey, people need to report. Then they spot violation of fire securities. Right now the fire department only gives recommendations as to where the exits should be, where the storage of gas cylinders should be, etc. There were these 2 restaurants that approached us NOCs, but they did not have fire exits, so they didn't get it. Then they created fire exits, and after they got their compliance certificates, they illegally shut off the fire exits. It is difficult on our part to keep a check on every establishment across Mumbai, as it is such a huge city. It's practically not possible. Even developed countries are not able to do that. In Greenfield, UK, an entire building had caught fire and many people died. So this is an issue almost everywhere. If fire compliance cannot be checked by the fire department, who should be doing it? Hey, the rules say that every establishment has to do its own fire safety audit and write a board outside saying this place is fire compliant. It basically means that there are proper exits here and that safety norms are followed. These days people themselves realize when a place is not safe. The fire exits are closed, passages are narrow. Then why should people go to such places? Why are people themselves not aware? Why at a place where there should not be more than 50 people do 500 gather? Everyone knows fire shows are dangerous. Everyone knows when fire shows are done at a place there. How much monitoring can the system do? You expect people to go around town checking if a place they are visiting for socializing is fire compliant or not. Hey, this is common sense. As a common person, when I am going into a place and I see that there is no proper fire exit, then what should I decide? I am not defending the system, but just saying that the system is working. If it was not working, then there would have been a collapse. The Fire Act was incorporated in 2008. In all these years, more than 15,000 buildings have been inspected. When we notice a fault, we give them notice and compliance is done immediately, or else water and electricity supply is disconnected. So whatever stringent action can be taken is taken, but there is always a practical difficulty. We have been working to improve the infrastructure. I am not trying to justify the system, but growth of infrastructure will take time. In spite of all this, unfortunate incidents like these are due to negligence and illegality. The municipal commissioner has decided to make a dedicated staff of 70 to 80 officers for this, but I cannot get all these people in one day. With the coming in of these teams, will there be more compliance for safety norms, or will people have to depend on themselves? I am positive that at least with that there will be a control. Accidents happen, but if it is due to someone's negligence, then it should not be tolerated. That is our main emphasis. How many shops and establishments are there in Mumbai which have this place is fire compliant boards? We haven't seen many. This is basically self-certification. There are a few places which proudly display this board. That is why I am urging people to ask establishments why they do not have the fire compliance board. Make these people responsible. No doubt we fire department should not be taking away our responsibility, but people should be more aware. A lot of questions are being raised about the kind of investigation taking place for the fire mishap. That one above in Mojos. How is the report prepared when everything is burnt down? Hey, we have videos and lit footage from the site that helped us in understanding the accident. Almost everything was burned, but as experts we know what to look for. We see which part of the area has more blistering effect, where the structural elements like the frames melted more with all that we determine how the fire spread, also read.